Hello, folks. We're back again. Day 27, I believe. Right? Was it day 28? I used to stop. Oh, I used to stop messing that up. Let's see. Yeah, okay. It's actually day 27. Nice. Right. So, um, these are the trades we took. We took these three. This one we set stop loss to break even. Well, this actually this gray line here. We I believe tagged it in or we closed the manual. I can't remember, but we basically closed the trade between stop loss and this line here. Then, as New York opened, it pushed to the downside, which I believe is potentially due to swing. I would have taken out some profits here, and then you can see we're displacing upwards. This is a trade we would have normally held, but again, I need to manage my account size right now, so I should have just held. This was an order block entry, I believe. Order block according to the 15-minute time frame. We had swept the highs of Asia highs, Asia session highs. And once we swept the highs over here, we had the order block did displace, but because we pulled close to the midpoint, I wanted to pull back to the order block and also lined up a little bit with this kind of displacement here anyway. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me just enter at the edge of the order block. So that's this trade. Most likely would have came out majority of the trade at the 1 to 2, and price came down here. Is currently retesting this order block over here. We'll see if it continues down or not. I doubt it. But yeah, we'll close that at break even. This I don't remember. Oh yes, I do. So we was in this range of consolidation for a while, and I was just selling the high of it because of the order block that it came to. So technically, it swept the Asia highs over here. Like London sessions, sorry, let me read that. So Asia sessions high got taken over here, so we swept it. Then we had the order blocks. I was expecting price to drop. Now it did drop, but it didn't pull back to the order block nor the original fair value gap, which was right here. So when it pulled up, it did break the fair value gap, but I was like, okay, cool. I can still get in at the order block over here. And the reason why I did was because price didn't deliver to it didn't sweep the Asia's lows. So I was like, okay, there's still liquidity here. So I thought that price would want to still take this liquidity before it goes up. I was wrong. Price continued up and basically never looked back. So yeah, that happened. So this one we took a loss in because we entered a sell similar to something like this. Something like this anyway. It was targeting Asia lows. EU, we got in. We had the sweep of Asia lows, displacement that broke this structure here, had an imbalance on the way up. We then pulled back into this fair value gap. We entered in at the edge, set a type of stop loss, and then we were targeting Asia highs over here. Price came up into entry, dropped, hit my stop loss, and went to take profit. This is a 1 to 4. So this is on an unfortunate trade. Now, what I did miss is that it, as it came up, it swept Asia highs. So swept the lows, swept the highs. So it'll be targeting external liquidity on a larger time frame down here. And we had a displacement from here to here. What did we do in the New York Open? We pulled back to the fair value gap and then plummeted. So we missed this opportunity. I didn't even see it until just now. And we would have been targeting external liquidities over here. So we're taking some partials here, some here, and it could potentially even target down here. So this would have been probably one of the better trades of the week. So this would have been around about here, targeting 1 to 13 with some partials at 1 to 7 and a 1 to 4. So this is a trade we missed, but it looks extremely good. And GU, I was looking at this, but I was like, I'm not getting into this because of the fact that I didn't like it. My instincts told me to stay out of this one, and I literally did, and I guess, we're good. Like, yeah, I just didn't like the way it was looking, so I just didn't enter it. And rightly so, and gladly so. Down here, we're delivering to the downside. I think when you're looking at like GU, for example, it's nice to have an EU because EU delivered to Asian highs. So for it to drop, it was understandable and expected. So I was looking at GU, it wasn't like, why would it now deliver to Asia when EU is reversing? Like this happened at the same time that GU happened here. This was before entry. So I was like, I wasn't really liking it instinctively. And then also when you look at EU, that delivered to Asia high, so it could be that GU doesn't deliver to Asia high since EU has and is reversing. And these are just some ones that just swept sessions high. This one we can look at. What else? This one swept and just continued up. This one swept, but it stayed above for a while. So I'm not sure I want to enter sales unless the New York session shows me something. On the watch list, this is the continuation. Keep an eye on this one. I don't like the rest. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Okay, this is the 15-minute time frame. The London session swept Asia highs, stayed there for a while. New York Open, we went to the downside. We did displace in that action over here. On the 5-minute, we are at the upper bound. There is an order block over here. So argue with this. The question is whether or not we enter. So what do we notice? On 4 hour, they were creating these high highs, high lows, but we have delivered at this kind of external liquidity up here. So we've already taken this liquidity. On the hourly, this liquidity got taken. Pretty much all the liquidity on the higher time frame has been taken. We then have the fact that we broke structure. So we was creating these higher highs, higher lows. And we broke structure with a displacement. This displacement here, we then broke this low. What's interesting is that this displacement, price came up to it, wicked above, and it created another lower low. And we're now retracing and we're coming to this order block. Look at the Asia session as well. We have the high over here. Where's the low? Okay. So we came back down to the midpoint of Asia session. When that happens, what I've noticed is that when price drops towards the midpoint, I don't enter on a weak pullback. So like that fair value gap I drew, I think it was a 15-minute time frame. Like I would enter on this because price came down to the midpoint. If price broke this low and then came back up to the midpoint, then I could enter. But what I realized is that when price delivers to even a halfway point of the Asia session, when London sweeps Asia sessions high or low, in this case high, London session then struggles to continue this downward momentum if the initial move takes you to the midpoint, especially if it doesn't close below. But we do have a lot of external liquidity here. Well, not a lot. We have a lot, some external liquidity here and here. So we only enter on the initial order block, right? So this is the fair value gap, and that caused the whole move. And then this is the original order block. So I wouldn't enter here. I'd only enter from here onwards, which is where price is at. Then I would assume this continuation. The fact that we've swept the highs and liquidity, buy side liquidity up here, down here, not down here, back here and up here, they shouldn't really be targeting any higher liquidity. So I do believe this could be an entry. See why these are tagged. Okay. Go to watch list. I'm gonna have an entry for these. Okay, so I'm looking at Euro Swiss franc, right? Yeah, we're looking at enters and sells here. Normally I'd wait for a touch here, but it's like what, half a pip difference. So by the time I load up anyway, it'll probably be ready. So I wouldn't risk that much. How much? What's this pair called? Euro Swiss franc. Okay. How many pips is that? They're like 6 threads. Okay, I got what I want. Stop loss of 907778, and then TP of 90515. 852. this now. Post this. Get that to Telegram. What's this? I didn't label this. I don't know what that was. I think it was whatever it was. It hit anyway. Cool. So this is the idea we've gone with, and our entry on our broker 714. Nice spreads, dude. Anyway, this is our trade, 6-7 pips. Cool. Happy with it. And yeah, like I said, it's pretty simple now. Everything seems, it's a quick stream, not because I'm rushing per se, but because of the fact that I've been trading since the morning. It's obviously, I'm in GMT, so pretty much can trade the whole day and I'm pretty much good. It's 1 p.m. for us. I wake up about 8 o'clock today. I went to bed very late, like 3 a.m. So I woke up about 8, which is a little bit later than normal, 7 or something like this. Then I went straight to the markets, got into the 3 trades I took. What Euro USD was the one that was nice, delivered to stop take profit. Unfortunately, we got stopped out. And then GBP Swiss franc, we closed early, that hit break even. And then we took a loss on the GBP, what was it? NZD, right? Yeah, NZD sells over here. We were just on the wrong end of it. And then, yeah, so this is our only remaining trade for now. The reason why I took the trade also, time-wise, it's an hour after the New York Open. I like waiting an hour just for Judah swings, because that New York session faked everybody out. There's going to be some sellers over here, people that are buying it up for us to take it to a premium where we can sell it at a cheaper price. We also noticed something about when price gets to the midpoint of a session, when it sweeps and gets to the midpoint of the session, we then look for more, what would I call it? Pickier entries. So I look for deeper pullbacks because of the fact that I realized that when price delivers partially, the pullbacks tend to be deeper because of the fact that it's delivered to an area of liquidity. And I feel like a lot of people are taking their stop losses. A lot of people take profits. So people are getting stopped out up here, taking out their orders. And it would be the big boys that would protect kind of the original investments. So I think that is my understanding. That could change, but that's my current understanding. And that's why I get in here. The reason why I'm going a little bit earlier is just because I noticed it already forming. I also noticed that sometimes I want to get in at the touch of the edge of the array, PD array, because when I wait for the midpoint, I miss out on like half of my trades. I'd rather reduce the risk reward ratio, reduce the pips of take profit for the opportunity to get into a trade, because I'm compensating for the risk reward ratio by the volume of orders, because I am losing out on half of my trades. I can get into twice as much by risking or sacrificing maybe 20% profit of each trade. And so double volume, but 20% less profit each trade is worth it. The only time it's not worth it is when those odds change. So for now, we're just going to hold Euro Swiss franc. I've gone through pretty much a lot of these pairs. I might scan through this. And then I'm going to check on gold for my boy Khalid, who came in yesterday asking for gold. And I said to him not to trade it, to wait till to today. So let me have a look at gold. I need to close this one before I open it. Okay. So he was looking for sales at this order block here. Price didn't fully reach it. So there's Asia sessions here. Bam, bam. We swept the low of the Asia sessions. And after we swept the low, we came up. We didn't tag in fully. He was looking for sells here. This would have been a nice trade if he somehow got into this. But let's be real, this is hindsight trading. Holy moly. Big drop. Anyway, we're in Euro Swiss franc. We're happy with it. We've delivered. We've taken out liquidity above. We've broken structure to the downside. We swept the highs. We delivered halfway. We came back to the original order block. We entered at that point. We're selling to the external liquidity. We will like for alerts to come to this point here, and then hopefully target these Asia session lows over here. Should be a 1 to 3, which is a solid trade, and that'll be us in profit for the day. But let's see what happens when we reach this first area of liquidity. We want a quick sweep of it, and then make sure there's no displacement to the upside, and then we can potentially alter our stop losses, take profits, and partials. I might take some partials over here, maybe 50%. I might take half of it. We'll see. But for now, this is the trade. I will not really update this trade. I might review it next time I stream. We're back tomorrow. As always, we're here on a consistent basis. I am contemplating either going live twice a day, one for London session, one for New York session, and or just starting early and then having the rest of my day. But I kind of like the idea of trading before stream on London session, then revisiting on New York session, because then I can go through the trades I took. I can go through my setup, so I'm not just live trading or live marking, like drawing up the charts. You guys can see it already built, and I just explain it, so it's quicker. We then have the opportunity to get into more trades, and I'm a lot more passive since I've already taken trades. So yeah, this is a trade for today. We'll see what happens. I am going to chill. It's my sister's birthday today, so happy birthday to my sis, and I will see you guys tomorrow. This is day 27. See you guys for day 28. Peace. It's been your boy CJ, and I'll see you guys.